Hi everyone. Did you know that smoking cigarettes is the most preventable cause of disease and premature death in America? Because in fact it is. I'm sure that most of you have family members or someone you may know very well that smokes. Cigarette smoking causes more than 480,000 deaths each year in the United States. This is about 1 in every 5 deaths. Despite these statistics, many Americans continue to smoke multiple times daily. I personally never smoked a cigarette, but have had many family members and close friends that can smoke around a pack a day. I witnessed my grandfather experience so many different health problems that could be traced back to smoking. With this, I think I understand the problem and causes and what can be done to fix it. Cigarette smoking is an unhealthy and damaging habit that must be controlled and eventually stopped. Today we will examine the damage that cigarettes cause and the harmful nature of the cigarettes causing it and what can be done to slow down or stop it. Cigarette smoking is a harmful and habitual behavior. Many of us have been around cigarette smokers and understand what it's like to breathe it second-handedly. Around 42.1 million people in the U.S. smoke cigarettes. This accounts for 18% of the adult population. Smoking causes more deaths each year, more than HIV, illegal drug use, alcohol abuse, motor vehicle injuries, and firearm-related incidents. More than 10 times as many U.S. citizens have died prematurely from cigarette smoking than what has died in every single U.S. war total. Almost every single body organ is affected by the inhaled cigarette smoke. If you smoke, the risk for respiratory disease, cardiovascular disease, and cancer increase dramatically. Clearly, this alone should make people want to put down the cigarettes. Unfortunately, it doesn't. We will now discuss what causes health risks in cigarettes and what makes people continue to smoke. Smoking continues to be a trend because people seem to neglect the damage done by it and are possibly not aware of it. Think back to a time in which you may have seen a smoker desperately trying to find a cigarette. Did you wonder why he did this? Because some of the ingredients in a cigarette, people seem to look to them at a time of stress and many times overconsume them every day, which leads to the health problems. A few of the numerous amount of ingredients in cigarettes include acetone, which is part of nail polish remover, ammonia, arsenic, which is part of rat poisoning, and tar. The nicotine in a cigarette is what makes a cigarette addictive. It is a powerful stimulant that within seconds can reach the brain and trigger the release of chemicals. Because of the addictive power of the cigarette, many people smoke them daily, which is a big time cause of the aforementioned health problems. Here is a little diagram of what is included in a cigarette. And as you can see, we have hexamine, which is part of barbecue lighter, arsenic, which is poison, methanol, which is rocket fuel, methane, which is sewer gas, butane, lighter fluid. I mean, it's all of this stuff that's terrible for you. And here's this is the lung of a healthy person, while this is the lung of a person who smokes cigarettes. As you can see, this is black and filled with tar. Now that we realize the problems that come along with smoking cigarettes, as well as what causes them, we should now explore possible solutions to the problem. Smoking has to be downplayed much more by society if they're wanting to limit the problems that come along with it. Think about one of your loved ones suffering from health issues that come along from smoking cigarettes. What can be done to prevent this? The purchase of cigarettes should be limited to a certain number per certain time period per person or household. The less one can smoke, the lower the risk of developing health issues. Other alternatives such as vapor or electronic cigarettes that don't include all the harmful ingredients should be pushed as the new trend of cigarette smokers who are looking for a healthier way to smoke. The only way to completely solve the problem set by cigarettes is to completely abolish them. This could be a lengthy process and is unlikely to occur anytime soon. But it's only the true way to fix it. So you see, issues arising from cigarettes can be prevented and even solved with time. Cigarette smoking is an unhealthy and damaging habit that must be controlled and eventually stopped. Health issues from cigarettes pose a huge problem to our nation and need to be taken more seriously. I encourage all of you to never partake in smoking and encouraging friends and family to not as well. By doing this, there will be no risk of developing health issues from smoking and more people will be able to enjoy a long, healthy life. Thank you.